to take you for the next 25 minutes on a tour. A tour to technology and the impact on technology on industrial automation, as it is today and how it will be in the next years. But let me start first with Festo. You're probably very well aware of Festo. We're a company coming from factory automation, but doing also a lot of work in process automation. We're very global with a lot of local services all over the world. R&D is very important for us since we feel to be innovative is a part of our success, and our R&D quota is among the highest in industry. You probably know our heritage is pneumatics and a lot of focusing on components. But now we provide more and more motion. Motion for many different possibilities with a variety of different technologies. We combine pneumatic, electric, control, sensing technology, all seamless for the sake of a good customer solution. Now for the technology tour, I want to take you to another industry, to the mobile phone industry, one of the most amazing industries undergoing digitalization in the last 15 years. And nowhere else has this been more visible how technology can create new markets. And if I ask you who had a Nokia 3310, yeah, there are always many hands going up. This is always about 50% of the crowd had a Nokia. And remember the good old times of the button phones with single simple functions, and it was still all about calling. Now you probably have an iPhone, and your kids still think calling is such a side application, but it's more for many other applications then you realize how technology changed, and it's about 15 years ago that the first real smartphones showed up. It's amazing short time how things changed. And if you think, and we will have a little bit into software later, if you think that Apple does now 10 billion a quarter turnover in software, it's amazing. And 10 years ago, it was a tenth of it was $1 billion per quarter. So it shows the potential of technology changing things. And I tend to call these classic products, which clearly hardware-driven functionality, classic products, and the new part where we migrate on an industry smart products. And it's still a phone or it's still a pneumatic device, but the content of that part is much, much stronger. That also brings a lot of growth and a lot of possibilities for us. And if you come back to our components, for air preparation unit, you probably know that very well, that product on the left, a very classic product, pressure regulator and preparation. I call that also an analog product. And on the right you see a very modern product, the MS6 E2M series, with a lot of electronics, with intelligent software-based functions. And it has pressure and flow control, automatic shut-off, so that you can do a demand-controlled operation. This allows, for example, leakage tests and adjusting the system accordingly. So a whole lot of new possibility with smart products. And they are already here. You can see it here, you can see examples here later in the Experience Center. Looking at another technology driver, intelligence is decentralized, and you probably know, well, you know, more than know, you use it daily, Wikipedia. And hardly anybody remembers Encyclopedia Britannica. Now, through decentralization, Wikipedia is the most powerful knowledge base we have. It has currently about 1,500 times more pages than Encyclopedia Britannica ever had. That shows the power of such a decentralized system. And Wikipedia runs, by the way, in 320 different languages. Really amazing. And it shows the power of technology, the power of decentralization, the power of networks. And we have a similar thing going on in industrialization. When we start industrialization, machines were pieces of art. monolithic designs, custom-made parts, very specialized knowledge. This is how the Industrial Revolution started, and production gained the productivity. In the last century, with the increase of mass production, more modular design evolved and the automation pyramid evolved. It's very clear defined layers, with a clear dedicated purpose and conventions. The hierarchical breakdown allowed clear task and a very good scalability. This is still how industry runs the majority today. Next is Industry 4.0. It started about 7 years ago, more with a vision how digitalization will change industry. But a lot of that vision comes true these days. We have interconnected devices, Internet of Things as the keyword, allowing in that network horizontal and vertical connectivity. Nearly everything can be connected with everything. So it doesn't have to run along the hierarchical lines, it can go across. This opens up a lot of possibilities. The network is full of flexibility, and the opportunity is to have artificial intelligence everywhere. Everywhere where there is computing power, we can have much more powerful analysis tools. And if you read the control magazines or writing for them, you see that edge computing and real-time analytics is the key thing in these days of discussion, all being driven by an IoT network. We at Festo are driving that. We support a range of IoT platforms in the cloud, that's namely Siemens MindSphere, Rockwell Factory Talk, and very new PTC ThinkWorks IoT platform. Our dashboards are very comprehensive IoT solutions, very agile and simple, and it's like connecting cylinders with tubing. On the smart product side, for adaptive motion and sensing, there's a variety of smart products. Just want to name 3 of them. It's CMMT, our new servo controllers for electric drives, our well-known VTIM Festo motion terminal, changing the world of pneumatics drastically, and the SPC cylinder with smart sensors with a lot of interfaces for very precise position control. This is all being connected through IoT gateways to the world and forming vertical and horizontal networks. The intelligence on the devices will allow real-time analytics. Not in the far future, we're already offering that, and we will dig into that in the next chapter. When we talk about technology, there's always some amazing thing in technology. It changes the world and it frees up our time, which we immediately use for something else, and it becomes standard. And if you stop a minute and think of how the world was 15 years, 20 years, 30 years ago, it's amazing how much impact technology had and how it was changing our lives. And we will do so the same thing in automation. Automation will change and free up human time and improve productivity. But how is the industrial automation changing? Who is the game changer? Some thoughts from our side on that. And if we start with us humans, we are immediately able to start a job. We have a lot of creativity, you can do problem solving, and are able to adjust ourselves to individual problems. Robotics, on the other hand, very precise, very repetitive, precision at a very high speed. Now the missing link here is artificial intelligence. It's versatile, adapts over time, and can handle very complex data situations in many different variants, versions, and interdependencies. And it doesn't get tired as the human. It can run 24 hours in a repetitive way, and it can react in a much more versatile way than robotics. And this is, from our perspective, the missing link which we have now in industrial automation, and will change a lot of things. Festo and Risolto. Risolto is a Festo company since April last year. provide pre-trained models for large variety of application cases, customers saving time and money when applying these models. We have a huge competency in applying AI on device, on the edge, in the cloud. On the edge and at the device, AI can be more used for process control where real-time and high frequency is important. In the cloud, it's more for machine learning classification and for condition monitoring, we have rather long time scales. Risolto already allows real-time analytics, where the learning is done on the cloud and the actual data model runs on the edge or directly on the device next to the machine. This allows quite a lot of impact on productivity for our customers. And technology is changing business. We had that before already, what software is changing. And if you think of Airbnb, a very simple idea, a couple of computer services, business model, good marketing, and a tremendous impact on the whole industry. It's amazing what technology can do, and the question is what's being needed to change the business models and what change is going on. We come as Festo from our classical products from the concept build in and forget. Forget because we are very proud of our high quality and of our application performance. So once the system was settled, it took years, many years, 20 years, even longer to do a replacement. But now it's changing. It's build and create value. The example again here is the MS6 E²M. Allows in a production directly control of pressure, of flow, and of the usage of the pneumatic network. It results in that we can handle the pneumatic network in a factory in a much more versatile way. We can use it in demand, according to the demand. It's one of the examples. You can use that also for improved quality in the production, for high-speed production, generally push the limits. Business models can be created in 3 steps. Design thinking first of the business model, paper and pencil. There's a lot of prototyping. What is the effect for the customer? What's the gain? Building the ecosystem is very important. It's not longer only at the machine, it's connected the data vertically to be integrated or horizontally with partners. The question is how to generate the revenue, how to generate recurring revenue. And last but not least, this has been known to be combined, and dashboards is one of the examples to combine the whole things. They can generate the statistics, the deviations, the insights into the production, and they combine automation, shop floor management, and business. This is a more theoretical view, but let's have a look at what we offer today. Again, MS6 E²M allows you for a lot of energy saving, for energy management. We have up to 30% energy savings by using a smart product, the data, collecting the data, and running the network demand-oriented. You will see examples here at the Experience Center. We have dashboards. We introduced them in Q1 2019, connected via IoT gateways to CPX and other devices from Festo. Our USP here is no configuration, just a 5-minute setup. We offer smart maintenance, a tool for maintaining in a smart way machines and all kinds of components. Management interfaces in the cloud. The handheld devices are for the maintenance personnel. All maintenance documents are ready on hand, on the spot. And the outlook is that with IoT networks and data-driven services, we can do better company processes. With the technology story, you always see technology is moving faster and faster. Things are going quicker and quicker. Sometimes you realize that, sometimes you don't. The amazing thing is that currently our knowledge doubles every 2 years, and that time goes shorter and shorter. Digitalization is not only pushing the limits, but it's changing jobs and knowledge a lot. Brings me to the consequence of lifelong learning. Festo provides both out of one hand, didactic, learning, and automation. In learning, there are different aspects. First of all, the future technologies, embracing the opportunities instead of fearing. Examples are on the way, the newest one, OPC, UA, time-sensitive networks, something changing the whole field bus wars we had in industry for the last years. Big change. A lot of learning and teaching has to be done. Create knowledge. Many trainings we offer in different industry segments, class-based trainings, virtual trainings, in-house, customized trainings for building up skills and competencies. And last but not least, all the trainings invest in people. The most precious invest of every company, and they make the difference at the very end with all the digitalization and all the networks. It's at the end the people who at the end run that and are knowledgeable how to use that. So it's a sustainable invest and long-term profitability which we offer here with Didactic in the full spectrum of training. And there's Bionic for us, where technology learns from nature and how nature and technology collaborate. What you see here is our Bionic wheelbot, and it's modeled according to a spider found in the desert 10 years ago, and that spider can, by flick-flacking, going very, very fast, and at the same time can crawl. A very amazing creature who can learn a lot. And that's all these pieces together brings us to the idea of a workplace of the future. Sensors are detecting the person, are interacting with the person. Artificial intelligence is the combining human and the robots.
Ready to manufacture.
Robots and mechanisms are helping doing the repetitive tasks, but the human is all controlling it.
But let's make the stand first.
Interaction is done regularly, and the system acts accordingly. It's not a rigid monolithic structure, it's a very flexible structure around the human and workplace environment.
Okay.
Okay, thanks.
And even virtual reality we will see in our factory of the future. With this, I would like to thank you for being on the tour with me on the technology of the future in industrial automation. Thank you very much.